Okay, guys, here we are with the second game in the best of 5 Showmatch 3v3, the Battle of Six Shamans. It's push, and notoriously a 4v4, quite fast-paced game. A lot of Firestorm spam if it's available. Will we see the same again on a 3v3, Drew?
It really depends down to the player's style. They certainly can do that because, as you said, this is normally a 4v4 map. There's been amended for a 3v3, which means our front base is going to be able to build bigger than they typically would be able to, which allows the back bases to decide how they want to approach the game. That could be quick side doors, that could be aggressive troop pushes, or it could be the option that we don't want to see tonight, which is mass firestorms out of lots of huts.
We did do a test on this 3v3 with some players the other day, and it lasted an hour. I just hope this lasts longer than 10 minutes. The intersection is a good map, but as clearly one tribe was just better than the other. Babo now pausing because he does have a pizza on the way.
That will be his pizza delivery guy knocking on his door.
That's fine, he did say it beforehand. So as you can see, we've got a moment here just to pause and see how players are going to do this. See, Thunder here is at the front base, and Babo at the front as well. So most of the action for the first 10 to 15 minutes is going to be through this route, but we will see as the map, as players' bases get bigger, the map will start to open up with side doors, back doors, and the whole shebang.
So it might be small, but I've already clocked by going into Worldview that Tunda has allowed Keith 52 to take what would be the this is normally the red base.
Yeah.
He's actually told Keith to go and build there, so it'll be interesting to see if they've done that on purpose or if Keith just slapped a hut down cheeky.
You know it's possible, but it doesn't make sense. If Tunda doesn't have the men to build there now, Keith could do that, because Keith's starting base is pretty poor in the sense that you can only fit a few huts down initially.
Yeah, so typically in the 4v4, the base that's actually missing from both sides is what we would call the land bridge base. So typically if you're put in that role and you're playing a 4v4 with members of the community that play this map a lot, the expectation for you is that you would charge land bridge, you fill in all these holes to create one big landmass, and that's kind of your utility. So neither player is going to have access to that. So it'll be interesting to see where they mix in their land bridges in amongst their build and offensive spells, if at all.
One thing to mention as well, the big bases, cyan and red here, do have this tree, which has like 1,000 wood on it, and typically best to get that harvested as quick as possible so it can start regrowing multiple trees, is what you told me.
Yeah, and it seems like neither player has opted to do that, so we'll see if that plays out. Yeah, plenty of harvesting coming on for the other trees. Just that big tree, I think they're trying to harvest it instead of cutting it down so that it grows on a bunch of different tiles.
So Rag's up already at the front. Babo's actually pushed up with some towers in the front as well. Actually a bit further ahead here than Team Omega. Anyone on the stream is not confused, Team Omega is Tunda, Keith, and Lutil, and Team Alpha is Nisi, Babo, and Rag. Rag replacing Ahmed. Ahmed did not show up. Rag happy to fill in. Nisi and Babo currently number one and 2, respectively in the leagues, and Rag is somewhere in 30 something, whereas the other team are roughly around 10 to between 10 and 20, I think, something like that.
Babo's got what I like to call a brave of shame. He's got a brave in the tower.
Well, better than being empty, maybe. Keeps him working.
Well, it's right at the back, so that brave's not gonna be interrupting any shamans anytime soon.
Keith Shaman's been killed. Yeah, and Nissi has gone down to the towers with the fire warriors in. So these towers are actually full, whereas Babo has not filled his towers yet. Shamans have gone down. The fire warriors are coming now to try and fill these towers, but we've got Tunda and Lutil pushing forward here, maybe trying to kill these fire warriors and get rid of Rag Shaman in the process.
And funnily enough, it's the name of the map, but that's a beautifully timed push.
That's a great blast. Just stop that fire warrior getting in. Couldn't stop the other. Oh, he's actually ran out now to go for the Shaman. Great play by Lutil. Lutil pushing and killing Rag Shaman. Tunda has gone into the tower.
Yeah, Tunda probably not with any actual mana to do anything. This team's pushed forward aggressively, which is great to see, but if they can actually capitalize on this, then it was really all for nothing. They are keeping the fire warrior numbers low, which is good, but they haven't actually done any damage here. This is all just aesthetics at this point.
Yeah, and as we've seen in the past, you can push and push and push, but if one team's just manages to fend it off, they get all that mana saved, and they can push right back in one fell swoop. So it looks like Tunda and Keith are sharing that land.
I'm just going to be careful in that tower. That's an easy push into the water for a shaman.
Shaman's still there. Oh, it's a ghost.
A shaman.
Build us both.
Me.
Build us both. We didn't see a shaman die. So Babel's actually managed to fill his towers. He has died and killed Tunda's shaman in the process. Keith Shaman's now up here against Nissi. He wants to be careful. We know Nissi is a quality shaman. Double blast there. The second blast won't do too much damage. As we know, all of NG, blast damage all comes from the Fallen.
Yeah, well, it was a nice attempt because I think they were going for the old golf swing, trying to get him to go flying towards the water, but didn't quite get the momentum that they were looking for off of that. We've got Pink's Fire Warriors now starting to push on in as well to gain some ground back, keep these shamans away.
So Babel is building in that additional land, whereas, as I was saying, Keith and Tunda are sharing theirs. And populations, Drew?
They are breakneck. It's 85 to 85.
Ooh ho ho!
Pretty much even across the board. The only noticeable difference is that Nissi is way behind, or Loot Hill is way behind Nissi, but Tundar is way ahead of Babo.
Okay. Nissi being ahead makes sense. That is Nissi. Just lots of shaman to and fro here. Did Keith's shaman die? No, he ran back, he retreated when he was a little low health. Ghost from Tunda now to distract the tower.
And I've just checked Loot Hill's base to figure out why his population's so slow, and now it makes sense. There's actually a row of huts in there being constructed by Tundar to try and keep some populations safe. Should the front fall.
No shamans have died yet. Lots of swirls around the heads, but no deaths yet. Towers filled with fires are doing a nice bit of damage. Good blast there. It was a double one. Rag has gone down, but the two dangerous ones are still up, Nissi and Babo. Whereas Tunda is fighting on his own, but towers are filled, and oh, still alive. Still alive. This is rare for Tunda.
It is impressive and really it fills me with optimism. After we saw, I'm sure he won't mind me saying it, his shaman in the first game was absolutely diabolical. So to see him address that and try to bring it back for this game really sort of raises my hopes for a competitive series here.
Yeah, I'm pleased about that as well. And we've got an earthquake here from Tunda onto Babo's front. The first earthquake of the game at 6 minutes. And the earthquake is pretty good. That hole is quite annoying. He's managed to take the roof off 2 towers, burned 1 tower. The other tower hasn't got anyone in. He's just pushing forward now. I don't think he'll have anything. But like you said, he's got a higher population than Babo, so maybe he does. Kill these fires though. It's good. It delays them getting their defense back up.
Unfortunately, Red's getting interrupted by the tower adjusting its height. It's causing the shaman to walk very slowly up that hill there.
Thunder's going to go down now. Loot Hill just survived. He wants to run back. I think it's probably the best call.
Yeah, it was a good blast strike from him to stop himself falling too far there.
Oh no! Trying to get up the hill. He should have autocasted further back. Further back to the base for safety, but now it's up to Keith to fight 3 shamans, and if it's, well, unless he's got lightnings, I don't trust Keith's ability, if I'm being honest with you.
I'm surprised to see Keith pushing forward here. He sees an opportunity that I don't think I do. He's been very aggressive into 3 shamans.
He's presuming they don't have lightnings, which... Oh, that's a good blast combination of Fire Warriors and the blast there to kill Nissi Shaman. Nissi, the dangerous one, he's probably got a lot of spells charged up, ready to go. Oh, it's a great blast by Keith. Well played, Keith.
Blast. Keith
That was
52
beautiful.
Actually coming in clutch for his team right now.
Yeah, he's just got Rag there, and Rag the weaker of the 3 players on Team Alpha there. And he's got Tunda now coming up on the left side with some ghosts to distract the Fire Warriors. I'm sensing another earthquake. Rag's in the water as well. Now, can they do something with this pressure? Now, Shamans did go in the water. They should be back quite quick.
It's going to be Tunda and Keith with all the spells as well, because Loot Hill still hasn't actually built very much for base. Tunda going into the water there is kind of upsetting for Team...
Babo with a lightning. Shock lightning. Knows that he needs to kill these. The earthquake come off from Keith onto the hill. Could lower the hill, kill some huts. Not that great, but you know, it's done some damage. The pressure's been applied.
Yeah, the important thing about how you play this map, if you don't want to Firestorm spam, is these Earthquakes do push the line of defense back, even if they don't do immediate damage. And if Team Omega now fill this space that they've created with their own towers, then they have pushed forward, as the name of the map indicates. Good blasts from Loot Hill and Babo. They're both staying alive, though.
Yeah, Babo's on low HP. All 6 Shamans here. The Battle of 6 Shamans here. We're coming up to 10 minutes, so still got a game. Tornado from Loot Hill onto the Shaman of Nisi. Nisi will be happy with that, but he has died. But Nisi, you know, he's just going to come back with more spells. Babo's Shaman's gone down as well. Rag in defense on his own. Ghosts and the backing of a lot of Fire Warriors from Nisi. Another tornado on the Shaman.
Loot Hill's playing utility, and I think that makes sense if you look at his base. You know, Loot Hill wants to kill Shamans. He doesn't have much population, much space to do anything for himself. He's kind of given a lot of his land to Keith and Tunda, meaning that they're going to be stronger than Team Alpha might expect.
Yeah, Babo's base is quite huge now. Babo's got 2 Fire Warrior hoods, so if he loses the first one with that Earthquake, they still got the one in the back. Pumping out the Fire Warriors, realizing that, you know, this pressure is going to be relentless. So he wants to have a constant reinforcement of Fire Warriors to stop that. Now, huts, we look at Nisi's base, looking good, but he's actually got no trees left. Whereas if we go to Loot Hill's base, it's the same over there. They have not done well with those trees. Farming not great. There's a lot of wood and trees available in Tunda's base that they could bring to the back. Earthquake from Babo onto the front. A massive pond there.
It's a dangerous puddle.
Yeah.
We'll have to see whether that helps or hinders, because you know it could be a good tool.
Well, so far the puddles have been good for Team Omega, but nice lightning there from Babo onto Tunda's Shaman. Actually, we haven't seen much out of Nisi yet, Drew. So I'm expecting if he gets in here, you know, and he's getting in.
Yeah, it does look like Nisi's going to be launching his first attack now. He hasn't used a Firestorm yet, so he either doesn't want to or doesn't have it. But we are expecting, at the very least, a double Earthquake from Nisi.
You know, even a flatten on this hill where the towers are and the huts are will do a lot of damage. Missed lightning from Rag.
People do underestimate the power of flatten.
Rag, there's that pond coming back to haunt them. He's been blasted straight into it. Oh, there. He's known that these ponds are dangerous. Loot Hill's filled it up with the land bridge. Shamans are still alive.
Manages to survive that as well, so that was very good.
So we're at almost 12 minutes. We're still going through the front here. It's going to be maybe another 3-4 minutes, and then we'll start seeing land bridges elsewhere. People will start making land. People will start side dooring. Or we'll just see firestorms, and people will walk in through the firestorms.
Babo just fell into the world's smallest puddle in true Babo fashion.
Another tornado on the Shaman. It's all well and good, but that's 800 points of mana to potentially kill the Shaman. He's got the kill. Earthquakes in! All these Earthquakes, they've done a lot of damage, but it makes it awkward to attack.
I was going to say, all they've really done is made it very difficult for themselves to get into the base from here. It would be good to see them using more land bridges offensively, even if it does help the other team out a little bit. You know, make this land easy to traverse, because you need troops to secure ground in this map. So easy for your Shaman, but also easier for the troops as well.
And as we can see, Yellow's got some warriors at the back there waiting to try and do some damage. That Earthquake's pretty good, kill some troops. Lightning mist from Babo, trying to kill Little Shaman. Lutil's in a world of hurt, though. He's still alive. He's managed to survive that. And the Earthquake's off onto the
Earthquake.
Which way will it cut? And a tornado on the Shaman. He's still... Oh, the Earthquake's actually killed him. But he has managed to take out the tower and the Fire Warrior. And the tornado's got the Shaman Babo in the water again. Ragnar being killed by a lightning from Tunda. And there's no Shamans here in defense.
Here comes Tunda and Keith 52, a double Shaman attack coming in right now.
Oh, you gotta be careful here. Nissy's here. Another earthquake. No, the hypnotize would be great there. It would get them fire arrows and shoot Nissy's shaman. Now that would have been, you asked me before the game, a good hypnotize point. Never mind, that earthquake was absolutely devastating. Did you see how many troops that earthquake just killed?
That's absolutely nightmarish. I'm actually going to refresh the pop graph manually. See what we're looking at. Yeah, that's given about a 50 population lead. Team Omega on 279. Team Alpha on 227.
Wow.
Babo only on 61 population right now, the lowest of all the players in the game.
I mean, it's expected for the front player to be on the lowest pop. They are the one taking the beatings, so...
Well,
what is Tundar's pop?
Tundar is on 107, which is the highest pop in the game right now. It's higher than Nissy's.
You see, that's the thing. These back bases do have all that land, but because they haven't used their trees wisely, they can't expand as much as expand or grow rather as they could have.
I think a big part of it as well is if you go over and look at Team Omega's base, you can see that Tundar has been allowed to build pretty much everywhere. He has taken space wherever space exists. So he kind of has just built like a carry that is also the front line. And Blue Hill really has fallen into this sort of pocket, which is probably why he's been charging so many tornadoes for shamans.
Ooh, 2 shamans are down at the front now. Keith is nowhere to be found. Babo and Easy coming in with Ragnar in support. Ragnar's in support. They've got the troops. They've got the warriors.
They've annoyed Nisi to the point where Nisi's starting to use lights, and that's going to be when they're going to start getting hit.
This is what they needed,
hard.
yeah. This is going to pull them right back into the swing of things. It's going to even the populations out. Going to make it very difficult to defend from now. This is what I was saying. You can push and push and push, but it just swings back so quickly.
The shamans don't spend their spells.
Oh, Tundar's managed to survive. Dodged both lightnings there, but he's down. There's too many troops.
He does need support from his allies here.
Lightning has killed Rag.
P52 does show up.
The earthquake is hit.
Right.
Yeah, it's not good, but it's hit the fire hood. He hasn't got another fire hood. Lightning is connected against Nissy there. Keith on 2 for 2 there. He's got Babbles, Shaman there. He's killing the fire hoods. That's good. Get rid of these fire hoods, and you should be fine. And they can supplement the defense with their own now. Keith's got a fire hood, and Lutil does as well. It's just Tundar who hasn't got one at the moment. Babbles, Shaman still alive, and they're bringing up troops now. Trying to build some more towers, trying to regain control of the middle there. Dual lightning has seen both shamans go down.
You know, you mentioned it at the start of the game, and you mentioned it just then as the attack went off, and you're exactly right. Nisi's team is actually with the population lead now, 300 to 287.
Wow, how much that swung? They just gained 80 population. And the amount of trees here, these guys are harvesting these trees, so someone's in control just doing nothing but the harvest. I think Nisi's the one doing that there. Bringing them to the back of their base, upgrading huts, making sure they got them for towers if they need them. Oh, it looked bad for Team Alpha, but like I say, I mean, Babel's base is still pretty small, but a few land bridges, which is what we're seeing now. Land bridges are here and here. They have managed to create land, and it's just they're going to recover from the damage they've taken because now it's safer. Their huts are going to be behind the COR. Did we just see 2 shamans go down there?
Yes, I think we did.
Oh, Lutil
Rax definitely died.
Yeah, I think all the shamans for the Team Omega are down. We've just got Nissy coming forward. Warriors from Keith are being pulled back. They killed a few warriors.
Keith's
Lots of towers getting built.
He didn't die, I don't think. I think he went back to make land.
Yeah, a tiny bit of land there. He might have died. Yeah. Lot to pay attention to on a 3v3. And thankfully this map isn't so wide. If we play Gaia... Whew.
Oh yeah, but hopefully Gaia will not last as long as this. It should just be 10 minutes of pure chaos and someone should win.
Earthquake from Keith just to get the troops. Try and relieve some pressure. It's hit the tower. Lambridge from Rag at the back here. He is making land as the trees are coming back and as they are farming at the front.
I've tried to be fair with players in cast, but I really don't like that earthquake from Keith. You know, that was a couple of swarms could have done the same damage. Yeah. And you know... Nice lightning from Tundar, but he's gone into the water! Oh, that's so nightmarish.
And the shaman that's alive is Nisi. Now, Keith needs to get these fire arrows towards Nisi. So far, they're just sitting on the hill. Warriors are coming in from behind.
Puddle giveth and the puddle taketh away.
Not the best earthquake, that's okay. Hasn't taken out towers, taken out one tower. Loot Hill's back, Mr. Lightning. Earthquake from Nissi on the next road. You can see each player from each tribe on the team here are building towers in defense.
And I think that's smart from Team Omega. They know they really can't afford, because of the spells that they've banked up, they really can't afford to let Team Alpha get deep into their base. If they need to make them utilize that mana on the front, trying to get in.
That's a nice lightning from Thunder.
Very well placed lightning on securing the kill onto Nissi there. Baba retaliates with a good lightning of his own though.
Rag here with Ghost Shamans.
That's the Rag special.
They are next to each other, so it's probably the one running back. Oh, he's been carried into the water there. Lots of troops floating forward.
That is very characteristic of Rag's style. He likes to make one Ghost Shaman and then keep her on the same tile as his real Shaman for like the first 30 seconds. It's not the play I understand.
Confuses me as a caster, I'll tell you that, with everything else going on. Let's take a look.
There you go.
Yeah, I'm going to start seeing the Firestorms come on now. There's a lot of Fire Warriors there. Once the Shamans come in the mix as well, it's going to be prime real estate, whatever that means. I always say that on the net, prime real estate, but I don't really know what it means. It must be a reference from some TV show or something. I don't really know. You might know, Drew.
So, no, I haven't got the foggiest. I do know the reference, but not
the meme, but not the origin. Yeah.
You mentioning that has just made me aware of the fact that I also refer to it without knowing the source.
Yeah, what the hell it means, I know.
So, okay, I'm going to have to look that up after this cast.
We've seen a couple of Shamans go down there. Missed lightning from Babel.
There's a ticking clock on Team Omega right now because Team Alpha have expanded much more than Team Omega had. Well, Keith dying at the front there. That's not what you want to see right now.
No, I'm suspecting. Maybe not the moment for a Firestorm, but we will see them. Double Shaman goes down. Earthquake's going to do some damage to these Fire Warriors. Oh, they've managed to survive. Oh, they've just survived! Now they've been scattered by the Swarm, which isn't that bad. Rag there is making more land, so Rag's been like dedicated to the role of a land bridge bitch, as you would say. Nissi there caught standing still. Thunder with a quick, swift lightning, and now he's going to push forward. We've got two Shamans up the front.
Yeah, so it's good to see this.
There it is!
There's our Firestorm. Not the best Firestorm in the world, but just scatter the troops and open up an opportunity for
and he's gone into the tornado! Is he alive? He's alive, just.
Does survive, seeing stars though.
Unless he does something here though, the Firestorm wasn't worth it. He has delayed the Shamans a bit. What a shot by Thunder, that was amazing! He was coming out of the Firestorm at quite quick speed there and hit the aimed lightning. Well done, Thunder.
And those are the kind of plays that you only get to see with veterans of Populous, you know, knowing the speed and cast distance of the lightning to be able to hit it while a Shaman's running from a Firestorm. That's really good play.
It's like when you're lighting a hook with a Shaman in and then hit the lightning as they come out as well. That's always nice to see.
I think it's good to see that they're giving us a real game here. You know, they really want to put on a show.
So Keith making land near his base. We've got Nissi at the back here making land.
So Baba's got to be careful because his base is wide open. I know they've got a lot of land and they've got a lot of huts, a lot of population, but this is a big empty hole right now. And you can't just fill that with troops anymore because we are at Firestorm population.
Oh yeah.
You know, we've seen one already.
It's a good part of it's going to be how well they've harvested trees, and there's a lot of trees here that could be used to start building towers around your base because it's going to get to the point where back doors and side doors are going to start happening. We are at the 23-minute mark.
And you know, I hate this and I call it out all the time. Right next to those trees, all this empty space. Why not put some towers there?
Yeah,
you know, it could be inevitable that they're going to get into your base, and having those towers there could just really make the difference.
Literally the area I was just thinking about as well as I was saying it. Looks like Tunda's Shaman has gone down with a lightning from Rag. I like the hills here. I like that they've got some elevation here. They can push in down that, and it's harder to get into. Keith has been making some land, which Tunda is going to use to build up. Can you hit me with a population?
I can. The populations are actually breakneck even. Ooh. Team Omega has the lead at 396, and Team Alpha nipping at their heels with 388.
To reference, anyone tuning in, Team Alpha is the one with Babo, and Team Omega is the one with Tunda.
Yeah, so the individual pops, you've got Tunda on 152, Keith on 120, you've got Loot Hill on 124, Babo on 145, Rag on 121, and Nisi on 160.
Just seen Loot Hill Shaman go down to a lightning. We've got 3 Shamans up against here, coming on this hill. They've got that beautiful hill they just made for defense. They can cast further from it. It looks like Tunda and Keith are going to play a bit defensively here, and I think that's the right choice. They're going to lose this line.
I'm very impressed that Team Alpha have managed to salvage enough high ground, given how much that's been earthquaked, to make a hill there again.
Firestorm from Rag. Not done great deal. I think it was ideally aimed at the Shamans, but look, Keith's actually... Is that Keith's real Shaman? Yeah, Keith hit a Firestorm. He's got Tunda's in it. He's stuck in it. The range on a Firestorm. All these warriors here. Another Firestorm from Keith. Not the best, but I think he wanted to do it to try and stop them troops from getting away. A lot of troops here from Rag coming in. Is the Earthquake going to get them? Lambridge is there from Loot Hill while he's in his base. That's a nice Earthquake. Does a lot of damage. There are tons of troops there. Babo's Shaman's back. Gets the kill. Oh, he's got 2 kills for his own death. He'll be very pleased with that. It gives him some breathing room now.
Here come the troops.
Oh, look at all these warriors from Nisi. The Fire Warriors from Rag. In tandem. From the other team, they haven't got nearly as many troops.
Rag's making even more land.
Yeah, they've got land. I mean, there's no population limit. I didn't add one, so we're going to see potentially up to, you know, people can go break the 200, go to 300 if they so choose. It's going to get messy.
Nisi's thinking of another path, I think. So if you check his core, he's getting towers up. So he could be thinking of another path.
Well, as you were saying for Loot Hill, you know, Loot Hill's actually building some towers now in his base as well, on the back. It's getting to the point where you definitely need to consider it. You don't want to be surprised and not have a defense there at all. Looks like Nisi's going to go for the side door, which is the right call. A Firestorm from Red. This is where we're going to start seeing the Firestorm spam. Now Red's going to head back and try and get him. The Earthquake's in. Maybe a double Earthquake. He's trying to get off here. Yes, he's got it. His Shaman's died. A second Earthquake doesn't do anything.
Green can be happy with that. Green can be very happy with that.
Yeah. Earthquakes from Tunda onto the defense. We did see a Firestorm from Red as well, which didn't do much, but we're getting to the point now where people want to be casting their spells rather than wasting mana. And, you know, that's where the Firestorm spam does become a key part of a late game play in Populous beginning. Especially on these more linear maps where there's just 1 point.
You know, and it really does come down to the power of the spell. You know, why take the risk to blast a group of Fire Warriors when you can just Firestorm them and know for a fact that they'll die?
And you might even get a Shaman kill for it, which, you know, 800 points for a Lightning, 4,000 for the Firestorm. You know, if you manage to get a couple of Shaman kills with it, it's almost paid for itself.
No way do I argue that Firestorm spam is cost efficient, but it's certainly a safe way to play in terms of worrying about your troops. Your Shaman control is particularly poor. You'll find lesser skilled players like to rely on it as well.
Oh, Tunda's not going to be pleased with that. He's just destroyed 2 large huts with 1 Lambridge. Meanwhile, Nissy's coming into the side again now. Keith is stood still there, and he's got the kill, and he saved himself there, Nissy, with a Lambridge. The follow-up lightning wasn't good. We've got a battle in the center as well now between Rag and Tunda. The Ghost Army's getting into Tunda's mind, I think. Alright. Lightnings are good. Trade there.
Down. Keith and Nisi still having a little bit of a staring contest as Babo comes towards the defense. I strongly suspect we'll see Babo Firestorm.
I'm suspecting Babbo. Babbo hasn't cast anything for a while. I think he's probably got the Firestorm ready to go. Missed lightning from Keith on Nisi Shaman. Keith just trying to hold this point while they get a defense. Okay, Nisi Shaman's gone down this time. Didn't have the land bridge or couldn't get it off. Flatten used by Keith. There's the first flatten. Still haven't seen a Hypnotize.
Which is very interesting, because this is a great map for it. I think you called on it in one very specific instance, but my favourite use of Hypnotize is that as you're pushing with your Shaman, and they send a group of 4 Fire Warriors to kill your Shaman, Hypnotize them, and then use them to push with your Shaman.
Exactly. You get 40 seconds-ish to use them before they turn back. And it's almost a guaranteed kill. If there's 4 to 6, you'd even lightning those, so why not do the same thing for an extra 50 points of mana? Have them more beneficial for your team. But we've got a lot of damage being done at the front here. Ranger's making like a slope at the back of his base. If you've seen that, he's suspecting something.
Yeah, well, what you have to be careful of now is that the side door that Nisi created is working against them, because they really don't have the defense, and this here is only 1 land bridge.
Yeah, if they can get through
that's
there.
going to take them into the heart of the base.
Lots of huts.
So they really need to be careful of that side.
I was thinking to myself, these bases...
quite campy.
Yeah, we're going to start seeing a definite backdoor. But who's going to do it first? That's the thing. He stood still. He's getting away just... Babbo pushing in against the Fire Warriors. Keith missing the lightning against Nisi there. Firestorm now from Babbo.
Lost track of Tandar's Shaman. Did she die? Oh, she's up. Yeah, she did die.
Keith with the lightning. Keith playing very defensively here. And this is the thing. There's more tribes now. Players can have more defined roles as they're on their team. We all know Keith loves the lightning. If that's the role he's going to play, then he's going to play it well. As he casts 3 lightnings. He's gone for the Firestorm. I'm not sure about that. It's...
Craig, what do you think about Firestorms on towers, my friend?
And a Hypnotize! We've seen a Hypnotize! Oh, baby, now use it for getting Rag Shaman. Get Rag Shaman with it. Don't have them just patrol. Use them against Rag Shaman, go on.
Use them!
Use them, they just patrol and they're gonna come back. Oh, Thunder walking up a hill while Babbo Shaman respawns and gets it easy. Did Rag Shaman go down? He must have.
Rag Shaman did go down, but not through anything that Tundar did. I think Rag was seeing stars and got into a fight with a yellow warrior.
Oh. Okay, where's Nisi Shaman? Nisi Shaman's over there, just come back. Babbo being blasted in the sky by some fire warriors. He's still alive though. He's got a lot of his warriors of his own now to try and mop up the enemy troops.
How many towers Nisi has in his base? He's going to be up to something soon.
There's no building limit in the 1.5 version, so they can build towers as long as they've got the trees. And the game isn't going to crash, but maybe Nisi's laptop will. That could be the play, you know.
Sometimes that these longer games do make him lag. They do say these longer games make him lag, so that could very well be it. Of course, the efficiency changes have not hit the 1.5 build yet, so some of the lag reduction not occurring. So it could be the play. Make Nisi lag out.
The Hypnotizer coming in play now by Thunder, the one using them. He's got the Warriors on his own team now. Oh, did he not see the Shaman?
I was going to say, that does nothing if you're spending time casting Hypnotize to then die to the Shaman.
But Lutil there with a good attack to kill Nisi Shaman. He's got 2 enemy Shamans coming towards him now. He's trying to get this side door off. The lightning from Babbo has missed. Lutil did retaliate. He's got the tower to worry about though. Earthquake from Yellow on the front.
2 Shamans chasing Lutil. Keith has free reign to do whatever he pleases. Keith has the upper... No, never mind. It's
Keith die? Did Keith die?
Yeah, he did.
Oh, the Ghost Shaman from Rag fills Lutil. Oh, I thought Babbo was dead there, but he wasn't as direct as we thought. Second one's missed. And Rag now is pushing towards the front. Warriors from Nisi there as well. But they have got a nice defense there.
I was going to say, both those Shamans having to chase Lutil gave Keith plenty of time to do whatever he wanted. Unfortunately, what he wanted to do there was die. So,
ironically, a Firestorm there might have been better. Because the Fire Warriors are running out from Swans, and a Firestorm, he would have been straight in.
Yeah.
Whereas the Earthquake really did nothing. Lutil Shaman is invincible! I say that, but you did take 2 Shamans with him. Or with her. Well, we've got Rag now coming from the front. Going to get hit by Tunder's Shaman. Needs to be careful. Rag is now aware the Shaman's there, and he does have the high ground.
You know, Loot Hill can be really happy with that. Taking out Nisi and Babo's Shaman right now, you basically just deny an attack with that.
It's quieting down. Look at the front is destroyed. We've still not seen side door. We are at 34 minutes now. We're going to see it soon. I mean, this... Oh, these bases are huge. Okay, we're seeing Lambridge from Keith and from Thunder. Why did that take me there? Missed Lightning! Which one's the real one? It's confusing Thunder. Thunder getting hit by the fire rays. Needs to be careful. Oh! Is that the real Shaman? No, it's a ghost.
No, that
would have been amazing.
It looked funny, though. It looked funny.
Firestorm from Keith as Babbo was trying to make a play there, trying to side door to the hill over there. He's gone down. Oh, Keith's alive.
Oh,
Keith's alive.
Keith
Now he can do the
52.
side door and retaliate.
Oh, Keith going straight in.
Nisi is there. And the lightning's not good. Ooh, Keith with a panic. Lambridge a bit too late. This is it. This. Oh, Keith's gone. Keith's gone. Now we've got Thunder on the front with his own Firestorm against these towers here. Nisi is filling in that line. He's going to build on it, and then it looks like he's going to push into Loot Hill's side there. Meanwhile, Babbo's back and trying to kill Thunder. And Thunder's running towards the ocean, so Babbo's very pleased with that. Nisi now with the side door. There's no Shamans there for defense. Loot Hill's coming from behind. There are some towers there. Loot Hill's running his pop.
Yeah,
Here we go.
Loot Hill has opted to go for the base trade, so we're going to get Nisi going in here. Probably going to see a Volcano because Nisi's been on high pop and not casting very much.
Loot Hill needs to be careful.
Yeah.
Rag Shaman is there, and so is Babbo's. He's missed the tornado. He's hit the blast. Babbo's Shaman's in the water. That's good. What was that Firestorm? I've no idea. Volcano from Nisi now in the heart of the base. If only they had these towers here, like we said earlier, Lavenji.
It's exactly where you would have wanted.
Keith Shaman's down to the lava. Nisi's still alive. You've got to get these fire warriors working, Keith.
Nisi's going to hunt down Red Population right now and end this game.
Yeah, Red Shaman has actually died.
Loot Hill died on the attack, you know. You were saying you were surprised that no team opened up another path, and it kind of made sense because their populations for the entirety of this 35-minute game was breakneck until that attack.
Shaman's still alive. Ragnar pushing in with warriors from Nisi as well. Babbo's going to go through the front towards Thunder's base. Nisi still alive. Dead now, though.
Didn't
Population
get
count.
Population. So, team populations right now, we did have an advantage for Team Omega, but they have lost over 100 population in that attack. They are now at 441, whereas Team Alpha are on 495.
Oh, so they've gone from 50 population to behind to 50 population ahead. Now, this is a good thing. It's difficult to actually retaliate because you've probably got them spells like the Volcano to use, but unless you can use them now, Nisi's just going to charge another one and you're going to be back to where you were previously, but they're already 50 pop ahead.
So Keith's trying to push down this side door. It's going to be really interesting to test the Shaman multitasking as Tundar goes down to Babbo with a lightning there. Babbo looks like he's going to push into the heart of Tundar's base. He's going to let those two Shamans do whatever they want and just go for an aggressive play of his own.
Babbo's coming through the front with a Firestorm. He's very low health. He just needs to fill them towers to be targeting the Shaman. Meanwhile, Keith with a Firestorm missed Nisi's Shaman. Babbo's in the base. He needs those fire warriors to be targeted against him. Oh, he's still alive. What's Rags doing? The back door. We're seeing the back door now into Tunder's front. This is the perfect timing as well. Just maintaining that pressure.
And he's done it from the part of Nisi's base where Nisi built plenty of towers as well. He's probably got fire warriors in some of these large huts as well. You know, that's going to be nicely easy to defend.
Tunder's heading there for defense.
Nisi and Babbo's Shaman pushing in through Loot Hill's base. Babbo casting lightnings to try to support Nisi.
All Shamans here.
Nisi in.
Earthquake and lightning blasting each other in. Thunder still alive at the back with a Firestorm trying to kill Thunder's Shaman. It's not looking good. They're in the base again. Lots of damage to red base here. Another Volcano.
Volcano.
And Lutil's dead as well. This could be the game. Rag there, even if he didn't do anything, he put the pressure on, took a shaman away.
Yeah,
Keith Shaman came back, but Keith died. Nissi died as well, but Babble's still alive. And he's gone.
No, Babble's dead too.
Oh, but they've taken so much damage.
And, you know, Rag is... his part in this game, you wouldn't think of it as particularly glamorous, you wouldn't think of it as particularly useful, but he's really played an MVP role for this team. You know, he's been there for the lightning duels when they've needed him. He's made sure there's land endlessly so that this side of the base could just build incredibly huge. And then he took a shaman out with a perfectly timed backdoor, acting as a decoy for another strong attack.
Yeah, I think Rag's going to have his own spells to use as well, that's the thing. There it is. And now Tunda's base is quite far away from that. Oh, look at this. Lambridge just from Lutil to try and get into Nissi's base. Volcano. That's not the best place, but I think he just wants to get it off by the looks of it.
Leave some for me, says Rag.
Lutil is getting into the front of Nissi's base. He's got the Firestorm cast. Nissi's in there casting a couple of earthquakes. Looks like Rag's shaman went down. Is Tunda alive? Don't think is Lute not got a volcano? I don't think he's got a volcano. He would have cast it already for sure. Shaman's Shaman's gone. So Lute's gone.
This game crashed apparently. But the game, it was GG. You know, at the point that Loot Hill crashed, the populations were 527 for Team Alpha, and Team Omega only on 300 pop. So the game could be called despite the crash, really. And you can see they're doing what you really should do when you get ahead in Populous, and that is just build on all available land. All of this space has now just been covered in pink towers, so you ain't getting in through the front anymore.
While that was going on, just put a few plans down, reinforce. Blue Tail's base has been transferred over to Keith.
Yeah, so a useful feature, or a not useful feature, depending on how you look at it. That population isn't lost, it gets transferred to the next highest player on your team.
I think it's good. If someone does lag out, you know, you've got some option to still win in the game if you know you were close to winning.
Tundar does get in. You know, this is really something of a last hurrah for Tundar. Yeah. He's not got very much pop. He's just going to throw down what spells he has. You know, make his presence known. This is going to be GG.
It was a valiant attempt. It was looking neck and neck, but like I said, the first attack that was successful outside of the front was all that it needed for Team Alpha to win the game.
It was neck and neck right up until that first volcano from Nissi, which on the game stats is about 35 minutes, but we did have that pause. You know, they were neck and neck the entire time, both pushes. It was going backwards and forwards by like 10, 20 pop, but otherwise dead even. And it was just that one decisive blow that then made the game spiral out of control.
They're just casting their spells now. Really, not really much they can do from this position. They're a shaman down. They're about 200 to 300 population behind.
I love to talk about what's the miracle play, you know, what the players do to try to get back into this, but there really is no option. There's too many paths. The paths that are there are too wide, so the options to camp really don't exist for you on this map. And these players are just bleeding out and really should make use of the surrender function.
There's no win condition here. You look at the Team Omega's base, then you scoot on over to Team Alpha, and it's like, whoa, okay. No chance. Babble still laying plans down while the game continues. You see as well on the back door there.
But there's no building cap, and all this damaged ground is just waiting to be claimed. So why not take it? Every hut you build, every tower you build, it just makes it that bit harder for the enemy to get into your base, and the enemy are looking to get into your base for a desperation play. Take that away from them, and you win on all fronts. The firestorm from Keith. Keith's got a bulk. Keith's got a bulk he really wants to use.
Oh, for sure. Can't get past these fire warriors though. Too late for that firestorm, I think. Oof.
Yeah, really you wanted to do that before your shaman loses all the HP, if you were going to firestorm there.
Oh, Keith's gonna be so gutted. Just let me use my spells, that's what I'd be thinking.
I can hear it. I can hear Keith's voice going, no! God damn it! Yeah, Keith really wants to just, you know, use his spells.
This is still carrying on.
I do like to do the horizon view. You go and look at the horizon of the front, you can just see a sea of roofs of towers throughout the base. You try to do the same for Team Omega, and it doesn't have the same effect.
Well, now they're just hanging on here.
Yeah, and it's hard to be a caster in this position, because what do we talk about? You know,
well, we can talk about what the next map will be, and it will be Crossfields Engage. Another home map from Tunda's team there.
Tunda thinks they would have won this if loot didn't crash.
No chance, unless Loot Hill had 3 volcanoes.
I disagree.
Right, well, there we go. That was the second of the best of 5. Two wins now to Team Alpha.